All right, it is December 31st, and tomorrow is the new year for 2023. I'm in my 22 Mustang Mach-e, and I want to talk about what the IRS is doing. So, if you didn't know, I'm sure you know, is the Inflation Reduction Act was passed this year, and includes a lot of EV rebates, and required certain certain requirements as far as where it was made, the EV where it was made, the batteries made, etc. And it's bringing back American EV rebates. So like the Chevy Bolt didn't have it, it ran out, and they're renewing it in 23. And also Teslas are going to be eligible for it. But the IRS has posted some bad news for a lot of folks. So I'm going to go over it. But what's going on is that this car, the Mustang Mach-e, will unlikely qualify for any rebates unless you get the base. So I'll explain that, and I'm going to explain the Teslas and how unlikely you could probably get a Tesla rebate, and a couple other manufacturers haven't reported it, so it's pretty weird. So some of you guys might be disappointed that you didn't pick up an EV this year. So let's go over what the IRS site is saying. I'll show you right now. So this got released on the 29th of December. This is IRS's site, so there's no, made up stuff. But anyways, looking here, it says credit for new clean air vehicles 2020 and 23 or after, which is tomorrow, which is January 1st. So it says here, if you buy an electric vehicle, you may qualify. Who does qualify? So there's a lot of blah, blah, blah stuff in here. But the bigger deal is, first of all, is your adjusted gross income. You can't make more than $300,000 jointly, $225 as head of household, or $150 of other filers. Okay, qualified vehicles. This is the big deal. You have to have a battery at least 7 kilowatt hours. Gross vehicle weight less than 14,000 pounds. And then this is where the nitty gritty is. You gotta buy it new, of course. Time of sale, you require to report the name, blah blah blah. The price range, it's $80,000 limit for vans, SUVs, and pickups, $55,000 for other vehicles. So if you want a Tesla Plaid, Tesla S Plaid, you're not going to get this. So this is based on MSRP, not additional markups, not discounts, but actual MSRP. Let's go here. Index of qualified manufacturers. This is important. So it's up to 7,500, but I've been seeing 3,750 depending on the vehicle. And they're talking about here, are they assembled in America or final assembly in North America? Doesn't exceed 80,000, 55,000. Okay, the important cars. Ford is the one I want to talk about first. How you're kind of get messed up if you're gonna buy a Mach-e. Check this out. So, Ford Escape plug-in. Okay, whatever. 80,000. I don't think they even MSRP that high. Anyways, but Lightning 80,000. There are $100,000 MSRP Lightning, so that makes sense. But check this out. The Mach-e. See that? 55,000. So the 2022, mine is a base that is MSRP of 45,000, but then they started to increase price. So the base select is probably the only thing you can get for 55,000. Here's the thing: they used to classify this as SUV. The Mach-e was SUV or CUV or something like that, but now it's considered a passenger vehicle because now it's a $55,000 limit, not a truck or SUV like with the $80,000 limit. So this is going to be bad if you want any options. If you want even all-wheel drive, I think you might be screwed on this. So check the MSRP, but as of today, this is what you're going to get to qualify. And I don't think you're even going to qualify for 7,500, quite honestly. But yeah, that's bad. So Ford Mach-e owners, I think you guys are screwed for now. Hopefully this changes. Mercedes, they're over 100,000, 90,000, so that doesn't even count. I think there's one that's actually cheaper, but still. 80,000. I think there is one. GLB, I believe. Rivian, the R1S, R1T, but that's going to be tight. The one thing I wanted to show is Tesla. So Tesla is going to be brought back for rebates. But here's another thing that they're kind of getting tough. So we know that the Model 3 is a car, so $55,000 limit. Rear-wheel drive, you might be able to get 55,000 because they're usually under 50,000 MSRP stripped out. Check out the Model Y. So the Model Y, do you guys see the difference here? The top three show 3 rows at 80,000 limits, but the ones with the 2 rows are $55,000 limits. There isn't a standard drive, so the cheapest all-wheel drive I've seen is over 60,000. So this is impossible to get a 5-seater at under 55,000, unless Elon decides to go with a cheaper model, a strippy. I don't think this is going to happen. So all of those 3 on the bottom here with the 2 rows, the 5-passenger are not going to get any discounts. The 7-passenger you will, maybe. It depends on your options as well. So if you keep it tight, keep it under 80,000, you should be good to go. But look at that. That's kind of jacked, you know. So Tesla owners, make sure you're gonna, it's kind of like a, wow, you're gonna get some money back, maybe. And now, not really, because 55 grand. And look at Volkswagen. Volkswagen's got something weird too. So ID.4, look at here, they also have a difference between the two. And you guys see the difference? They don't have 3rd rows. So I don't know how they're differentiating between these SUVs classifications and passenger classifications. But look at this. The all-wheel drives, the Pro and Pro S are $80,000 limits, while the 2-wheel drive, I think the rear-wheel drives, are $55,000 limits. So that's a little bit odd too, right? Doesn't make any sense. I assume that the IRS probably will be updating these things, maybe. Who knows? They have until, I think, March, because the Treasury Department's not really gotten their stuff ready. So I think some people, if I read right, I might be wrong on this one, some people may be able to sneak in an automatic 7,500 if they're carrying over the, they are carrying over the rules that are for 2022. So the Teslas wouldn't count as far as a rebate if it was by March. The Mach-e's might. So probably talk to a tax guy and then see what's up, your CPA, because I think it's going to be pretty tricky for 23 to file. It's just, I don't know. And then the Tesla things with the 3rd row, and then the Mach-e not being SUV classification, the ID.4s being all over. I haven't seen anything. It doesn't show about the EV6 or the Hyundai Ioniq 5. If there's going to be a difference on that, that could be with the all-wheel drive too, right? With the ID.4, because they don't have 3rd rows. So I don't know. So let me know what you think. Did you buy an EV for 2022? You know, are you sad about it? You know, like Tesla had this big discount right now, and end of the year deal. But I don't know. Tell me what you think below, and Happy New Year, everybody. Peace out.